Welcome back to the Proper True Yarn Podcast, the show at which we extract the wildest and best yarns from the best people around the world. Currently sitting beside me, one incredible lady that I've only just met this week, Miss Melanie Kerr. Mate, let's just say how we met. We'll dive into a little bit of the canine med first, and we'll just go from there, you know?
Hilarious. So I'm the ambassador for canine medical detection, where we're training dogs to detect cancer. And I'm told by Pauline, the CEO, the head of it, meet us for lunch. We're meeting these Aussie truckers, and they're interested in investing some money in helping us. So I'm picturing in my head, like 60-year-old gnarly Aussie outback truckers. And I bounce out of my car, and you guys have parked behind me. And it's like, oh, g'day. And then you've got this, and this is not a euphemism, I grab this little fluffy thing.
Look out.
I'm like, what is this little fluffy thing? I'm talking about the microphone.
The road mic, yeah.
The road mic that you had to and I'm like,
it's not the big fluffy thing.
And I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? And you're like, oh, we're just doing some recording. And I'm like, well, who are you and what is this all about? Oh, yeah, I'm just, I've got a little podcast, only 1 million downloads a month, just this little thing going.
Yeah. Well, it's just a little thing. We just reach out and speak, and it was good. And it was good to be around and see the whole everything Canine Med's doing. Like, and just give a bit of a plug on what's happening and explain it. You'd be better off to explain it than me. I'm hopeless.
Oh no, I like the way you explain it. Changing the world, you reckon? So
it is changing the world, and it will change the world.
Yeah. So right here in South Island of New Zealand, Dunedin, they're training dogs for the early detection of cancer, and so the dogs are with the aim of creating a non-invasive test where people can, send their urine and get tested and know definitively. These dogs are testing at or performing at about 98 to 100% accuracy. That's they're detecting cancer when it's there, and they're ignoring it when it's not there, which is actually just as important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so there's 8 dogs in training, and Pauline and the team at Canine MD just working hard to get this thing up and running, obviously because it's a medical so it's a medical outcome that they're looking at. They can't just kind of make shit up as they go along.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hoops to jump through. But like I said to you when we were out there the other day, dogs can detect 1 to 2 parts per trillion. And you go, oh yeah, well, what does that mean? That's like a teaspoon of sugar mixed inside 2 Olympic swimming pools of water.
That's out of control.
Like a teaspoon of sugar. You think you mix that in your cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
A dog can detect at that level. And they've got this amazing ability where they can lay a scent. So if you come into the room and you think, oh, I can smell the stew cooking.
Yeah.
Well, a dog could come in and go, yep, there's onions, there's carrots, there's meat.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, they can break down the sense, yeah.
It's bloody wild. And it literally, it was a true, going out of that Canine Med and seeing it and experiencing it and seeing what these lovely ladies are doing. And they're saying they don't want to change the medical industry. They just want to coincide with blood. So still get your bloods done, but also while you're there, do urine as well and have a check. And hey, this is, and one of the, like an incredible story that Pauline said to me was how she was saying that a negative test had come through that had been done by a specialist and checked. And then they put it on and the dogs detected it.
Yeah.
And well, I'll let you tell that.
Yeah, 100%. So we're starting working with urine samples, and the doctors come through. So they come through, obviously Pauline must know whether they're positive or negative samples.
Negative for cancer.
So they laid them all out, and this was a negative sample. And the first dog come through, and he detected. He stopped, and he that's a positive. And Pauline's like, oh, this is weird. And so she got another dog in to test, and the same thing. He tested, indicated that's a positive, and another dog that's a positive. So Pauline, because it's only they're anonymous samples, right? So it doesn't say, I'll ring up Fred and go, hey, Fred, the doctor? He's mucked it up,
Yeah.
It's like,
Freddie, your finger.
It's like, anyway, so he's basically, Pauline's let the doctor know, and he's indicated that he'll follow up with this person. So already, because it's still in the development stages, as you found out.
Great.
And so it's just, there's a whole lot to go through, but it's nowhere else. It's happening nowhere else in the world. Like this using dogs to detect cancer with the outcome of producing this non-invasive test. And I think, especially for blokes, like I work as a funeral celebrant as well, and so oftentimes there's two factors to that. So blokes are less likely to get checked, as you know. Get yourself checked, man. Get yourself checked.
100%.
And so if you were given the choice, well, I won't give you the choice personally because I know what you'd choose. If you were given the choice,
exactly.
of pissing in a pot or
the old ring in the ring.
I think that it's reducing barriers.
Well, I'm very fortunate that it's going down this tractor, because last time I went in for the old ring test, that's what I said to the doctor. I said, mate, take your ring off. He said, mate, that was my watch. I said, how deep did you have to go to get that prostate, brother? No, that is not a proper true yarn.
He pulled out a stem, and then he kept pulling, and then it was a bunch of roses.
Exactly.
And then he goes, and you said, what's that? And he's like, it's a bunch of roses. And then he says, read the card. You go, read the card.
Literally, it happens. But no, I was literally, and as I said, I come over not knowing enough about it, like being very busy and probably a little bit unprofessional to think, not knowing the level at which we're canine MD were at. I just thought that they were in, fuck, I can just go walk in, I'm going to piss in a jar, and this dog's going to tell me if I've got cancer or not. But they're like, no, you can't. The current phase that they're at, you can't do that because they're in the research phase. Everything's,
I think a lot of people are also concerned that the dog's going to just come up and start sniffing in their nether regions.
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Not quite like that.
Yeah, far from it, And it was literally incredible to see the training and everything that goes involved. And like Pauline said, she said it's not always about the positive test. It's also the negative side. So, if, say, prostate cancer, an example, you've got so getting tests from blokes who've already had their prostate out to know that they can't have prostate cancer.
Yes.
So having that collective data of, so these are all the negatives.
Definitive negatives, right?
That's the definitive answer. Mate, is phenomenal. And the lengths at which that lab facility is going through, Pauline's going through, the documentation, it's second to none.
Well, every single time they train the dogs, as you saw, the training sessions are recorded and the temperature's recorded and how the dog's feeling, like the way the dog is, and it's all video recorded, and it's peer reviewed by a canine scent detection or canine scent expert in the US. Yep. And so it's like every single time. So it's not like just, you'll give it a burl, It's precise.
It is. It actually is insane, the level, and it should be insane too. It should be that fucking phenomenal, and it is a true credit to those ladies. And when I say it'll change the fucking world, it will change the world. Because we always say early detection
saves lives,
and because and like shit, a lot of people, you only know what you know.
Yep.
And I think personally, I'm currently going through a lot of tests and different things at the moment for the reason to know what's going on in your body, and we're all so stubborn and naive to the fact it's like, well, hey mate, especially in cancer, you go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 6 months. Yep. If you can have a little early marker, that is so much that you are ahead. Yep. Before it even, so it's mentioned about cervical cancer.
Cervical cancer is a silent killer because there's no symptoms, or the symptoms can be mistaken by women for just their menstrual cycle. So many times by the time you get diagnosed, for ovarian, not cervical. Let's just get that right. Ovarian cancer.
That was me.
That was Doctor.
Dr.
Knuckles is in the house.
I've let it go. They're actually training Severian cancer.
Severian.
It's severe ovarian cancer. Severian.
Yeah. So basically, those dogs can tell you straight up. Whether you. There's no laughing matter, but why don't we laugh? Because you got to laugh or you cry. So those dogs can tell you definitively. And just coming back on what you said about the negative tests, if you like with the current bowel screening program in New Zealand, they take a fecal sample for a start. Who wants to put their poo in a jar? Well, apart from some people, And And then they're testing for blood in the feces, and so that could be indicative of so many different things, not that are not cancer.
Hemorrhoids or anything.
Yeah, all
I've
of
got a hemorrhoid. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lloyd the
Lloyd the
hemorrhoid. Yeah, old Lloyd.
I'll meet him later.
Yeah. Oh, gee, woo. I just met you, Melody. Come on. But yeah.
Yeah, so basically the dogs will say, nah, there's no need for any further testing because there is no indication of cancer. So what they're detecting is the volatile organic compounds that the tumours are releasing.
Yep.
So they're not actually
It's
smelling.
actually an odour released by the tumour.
Yeah.
That's what they actually smell.
And really interestingly, because they've been so precise in the training of the dogs, every dog has its particular cancer that it's been trained for. So you've got prostate and then ovarian and bowel. Yeah. And so then someone had said to Pauline, well, why couldn't they detect all the cancer? Could they detect across the range of cancer? And Pauline's like, I don't know the answer to that. So she did some testing, and sure enough, the dog that was trained for prostate was able to detect the bowel cancer samples, the positive bowel cancer samples. So those dogs are like, they're all over it.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, does that potentially mean that the odour at which that cancer gives out is the same odour potentially across all cancers?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really
yeah,
don't know.
I'm not putting you on the spot to say, fucking oath it is, but like potentially that same odour of that tumour release for.
Well, I guess it narrows down the fact that there's a common denominator, right, through those tumours.
Yeah.
There's a common thing. Let's just make this very clear. I, like you, am not a doctor.
Yeah.
But I'll take a look.
Yeah, exactly right. We might be smart, we might be good looking, but we're not doctors. We're not weird. But that's and straight up happy to say that. But it's good to think that potentially could be the case.
Yeah. Well, it narrows down what are they actually looking for, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But there's
and like I said, that they're detecting that odour come through, and like I said, it literally. Well, we went to the room, and before we were there, we were watching the PowerPoint presentation, and a lady came in and said, pick a number between 1 and 6, and then Zach, I picked 3, and then they said to Zach 6 to 12, and Zach picked 9, and literally like walking in there, and then so they put that positive sample in front of that, under that cup of that number.
Yeah.
And for
so all the samples are lined up against the wall, just for clarity,
Yeah.
And Hogan came in with his trainer, and she's just so calm. He's fired. He's a golden Labrador, but like no other Labrador you've ever seen.
No, he's insane.
So all the dogs are trained and chosen from proven working lines. So he was actually given to us by the police, which is awesome. And so just how he calmly, she calmed him down and just gently directed him.
Yeah.
And off he went,
Straight in, and he's gone long. He's gone 1, no, 2, no, 3, bang. And when he said 3, and he's like all over, I was like, holy shit. And then good boy, gratification for the dog. And then same thing back. She focuses him, calms him down, and then he just goes back to his work, goes to 7, then bang, it's on 9. I was like, this is literally, it was moving. Like I was like, well, Zach was crying. I was on the point of crying. It's pretty hard to make me cry, but it was.
You were bawling. What are you talking about?
Oh, I didn't want you to tell anyone, Melzy. Come on. But to see that firsthand and witness it is literally, it's phenomenal.
Because what that's representing, that sample, which is just a urine sample, but that's representing a human life, Mm-hmm. I think that we know that subconsciously, we weren't standing there thinking that, but when it happens, there's something quite powerful about watching that happen, right?
Definitely. And so anyone head over to Canine MD and just have a look, because like I said, it's currently in the research phases, and I know for a fact that we will be donating a lot of money to these guys, but what they're doing, and if you want to be a part of something or give it a little bit away, knowing full well where your money goes, I will put my rubber stamp of approval on this facility and on this amazing organisation to say that they are fucking making a difference. Like grinding through, doing everything right and making sure they build a complete blueprint first. Everyone goes, well, why isn't it in Australia, or why isn't it in Europe, or why is it? Because at the moment they're ticking every single fucking box because they don't want to be wrong.
That's right. And they're working in conjunction with scientists and doctors and universities. So
well, what's their saying, Mel?
Yeah. Dogs and science working together.
Yeah,
to
correct.
save lives.
That's
You could be the new ambassador. I think I've suggested this.
No. I'm not pretty enough like you.
Are we able to? Can I speak about Mark or just say?
Yeah, of
that
course.
Yeah.
100%.
So I just wanted to say that Mark didn't make it, and he was the gnarly trucker I was supposed to meet.
Yeah, you were.
I feel a little bit disappointed, but
you feel disappointed
yeah,
you didn't get to meet a gnarly trucker, just a trucker cap.
Yeah. So I just want to say to Mark, man, go well, man. Just go well. We're thinking of you, and you're going to be over here real soon.
100%.
And we'll show you that facility, in, mate.
I can't wait. I can't wait to bring him over, and he is a very, very passionate man, and he's he's one of your best mates. And I was just, for him to see it, he would have fucking blown him away. And the hardest part, unfortunately, Mel, is I'm very fortunate to be able to go through that. And like you know, Pauline said, you just can't run fucking tours through the whole show and show people. It's impossible. It's a medically locked down facility. You have swipe cards. When I'm talking about professionalism, it's you're probably easier to get into fucking NASA than it would be to get in there. And
it's easier to buy your beer from Uber.
Yeah, you can be exactly right, 100%. So it's what they're doing is phenomenal, and I just can't wait to sit back and watch and grow and know that, holy fuck, something that will change lives and save people is happening right here in New Zealand, in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, little Dunedin, like little tiny place up.
Yeah.
If you were just driving past, you wouldn't even know that it was there and what they're doing, and also as well, knowing the amount of care and love and that goes into the dogs is not just while it's happening,
100%.
while the aftercare, like
So they all live with foster families, and so they're picked up by the doggy bus every morning, brought into work, and you saw the like a canine aqua pause thing where they go and get their little massages, and and then when they're not working, they're out on farms, running on the beach, being normal dogs.
Yeah. Oh, and that just also puts another rubber stamp on how amazing that these ladies are, and how much they give a fuck about changing the world, but also give a fuck about that dog. It is truly phenomenal. And I said, if you're not watching or following or any of their socials and seeing what they're doing, or if you feel like you want to donate in some form, head over and reach out to them, because I'm not going to say that other charities are bad or don't do this or don't go down whatever lines, but if you want to be a part of something, that is literally groundbreaking and revolutionising and going to potentially save your life as a listener. Because, hey, if I can just piss in a cup and send it away and tell if I've got early signs of cancer and it comes back, then you can go to the doctor and go, hey, mate, this has come through. Run me through everything, please. I want to do this. Well, fucking sign me up tomorrow.
Once that test is up and running, that's 100% what it will be like. And I think let's just drive it home a little bit more, and it may not save, hopefully it save your life, but let's think about the people you love.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's more incentive, right? When you think about the people you love.
Your loved ones, your wife, your dad, your mum, your daughter, your son, your grandma, your granddad, anyone, like fuck your best mate. It's there, and it's actually fucking exciting to know that this is on the forefront. It's coming through, that this is, because to a certain degree, whether you're a conspiracy theorist or not, like with them saying big pharma's trying to hold all the everything back in that space, because they there's chemo sales through the hills and all this sort of stuff. Well, fuck this.
I hate to think that's true.
I hate to think it's true, but I probably think it would be true, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But hey, if you can get in early and make it happen so that you don't have to put that poison in your body, well, happy days, So, no, and that's a proper true yarn, Mel. And we'll get on to the next one. But honestly, thank you for everything you're doing as being an ambassador for that charity.
Oh no,
and
it's an honour.
Yeah, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, guys, reach out to all their socials and get around them.